let's continue. I had to take a pause for a while, and yeah, so let's continue because we have remained with only one page to finish chapter 1. And before I continue, I know somebody will find whatever I'm doing awkward, or not even somebody. I myself am feeling it awkward just because I don't know. Why am I even feeling it awkward? That people will not be doing whatever I'm doing, creating a video of just me sitting and reading and hoping that people are gonna watch this video. I know, but uh, one thing I've realized is we have a freedom. We have we have the freedom to do whatever we want, you know. And what limits us is society and our upbringing. But whatever I'm doing, like, it's doable. Like, you can, nobody is holding you from coming online and reading. And whatever I'm talking about, I'd want to talk about it on its separate video. So that was just what was it? We interrupt. I have interrupted the show. That's sorry, yani natafuta word nakosa. Ilikuwa tu ad break ya kuongea, but acha tumalize hii chapter alafu kesho tuendelee. Sijui itatuchukua siku ngapi, how many days to finish this book, but we have to finish it. Na nimewambia in a day hata mnaweza pata 5 videos. It's so possible because na shoot 20 minutes video ndo na post cause taki zikuwe like very long form kwa sababu ya storage ya simu yangu. Na shoot na post, ikisha kuwa uploaded na delete na shoot tena kwa sababu we have decided we're gonna do this. So let's finish the book. We continue. Henry paused, turning to Joanne so that she could add her own praise. Haltingly added. What is haltingly? I'm telling you, I've written so many new words. All of these are new words that I'm going to research. As I said, I'm improving my vocabulary. I think once I get some funds, I might even buy a dictionary. So once I'm reading, I have a dictionary that I could be like checking the meaning of the word as I'm reading so that I can understand what it means, you know. That will also be awesome. I think I'm gonna get myself a dictionary. So I'll be reading with a dictionary so that I understand the meaning of the words. But let's continue. So where were we? She haltingly added, she has been a very conscious client. Conscientious. She has been a very conscientious client. What is conscientious? I don't know what conscientious is too. Oh, we had already reached there and I'd already written that conscientious. Henry waited impressively for my response. I think I've already read here, but we are just gonna continue reading here until we finish. Henry waited impressively for my response, and I was forced once again to admit my ignorance. The glowing light in his eyes was quickly replaced by a faint disapproval. I doubt if Miss Du Bois' reputation extends beyond New York, Henry, Joan said timidly. Yes, well, perhaps, Henry admitted reluctantly. Then, brightening, he added, Miss Du Bois introduced Joanne and me to bridge recently. And I must say, we are hooked. We are hoping to get a foursome together this weekend. Do you play? I think I've already read this part. Oh, thank you. But let's just repeat it. Do you play? If not, I'd be happy to teach you and acquaint you with Miss Dubois' excellent work. Oh, thank you, I said, but I'm afraid I'm not very good at cards. I was actually hoping to catch up on some reading this weekend, but I appreciate the offer. Henry received my excuse with obvious in- incredibility. Finally, murmuring, I see. Well, in any case, we shouldn't keep you. I'm sure you have much to prepare for. Turning to his wife, he added, Joanne, have you seen my watch? I can't find it anywhere. Really, Henry? You have got to get that clasp fixed. That's the third time this week you have lost it. It's probably in the room somewhere. Come on, I'll help you find it. You prefer reading to cards? And Twinny whispered with mocking disdain. Yeah, I think that is disdain. Once they moved out of earshot. That is rather singular, I smirked. I deserve neither such praise nor censure. Such censure. Most of the words I'd even love to know how to pronounce them. Censure. I just suspect that tales of Miss Christelle Du Bois are one of those delights of which a little goes a long way. Which brings me to my next point. Who is she anyway? Weren't you listening? Silly. She's one of the New York's most generous patrons, and I may have this all wrong, but I think Miss Du Bois frequents his shop. I giggled. Well, she could not have bestowed this honor on a more grateful recipient. And Twinny grimaced. Grimaced. You have no idea how grateful. But by tomorrow, I suspect you will. In fact, by tomorrow, I suspect we'll all wish that it's Miss Christelle Du Bois who gets knocked off during the show. Speaking of the show, what exactly is the plan? Grab your bag and I'll tell you as I show you your room. She preceded me up a steep, curving staircase. She preceded me up a steep, curving staircase. Cocktails start at 8 and dinner is at 9. The actors will pose as guests and mingle with everyone else. Sometime during the evening, the murder takes place. Our guests then try to solve it with the help of the actors. Once we have a solution, we'll have some dancing and then ring in the new year. Sounds fun? I puffed as I lugged my increasingly heavy suitcase up the stained stairs. I mentally added, working out more to my ever-growing list of resolution, even though the more part was technically a lie. I also added, stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to self. We finally reached the top landing. Gleaming white bead board ran along the lower half of the halfway walls. The upper half was painted a misty blue. Aunt Winnie flagged open a white paneled door to the left of the stairs. "This is you," she said, as she gave the room a final once over. "There are 10 bedrooms. They are all pretty much the same, although I think this is the nicest." I had to smile my thanks. I was sadly out of breath. The room's furnishings were simple but inviting. A large grey and white braided rug, a tall wooden bureau, a wingback chair upholstered in a pattern of faded pink, and a green cabbage rose standing floor mirror, and an antique nightstand. The only luxurious item was the large mahogany four-posted bed. It was white down comforter floating like a soft layer of mirage. Is it mirage? I don't know what that is. "What a lovely room," I cried. "It's perfect," as Aunt Winnie peered at her reflection in the mirror, patting an errant curl into place. I opened the closet to hang up my coat. Teasingly, I stood back and said, "What? No shelves in the closet?" I am all astonishment, laughing. Aunt Winnie turned away from the mirror. "Don't be a smartass, but I am glad you like it. And thanks again for coming, sweetheart." She gave me a quick hug. "I really appreciate it. Now, why don't you freshen up and meet me in the dining room in the dining room in about half an hour. On Friday nights, some of the locals come in for a drink. It's our version of happy hour. You can meet everyone and see Peter again." Giving me a wink, she moved out into the hall, shutting the heavy door behind her. I sank into the wingback chair and frowned at the cabbage rose. What had I gotten myself into? I loved Aunt Winnie and wanted to help her with the weekend, but I wondered if I'd make a mistake in coming. The last thing my battered ego needed was Peter McGowan. Repeatedly telling myself that I was a mature woman now, not some insecure kid, seemed to be of little avail. I added I added new resolutions for the weekend and repeated them over and over as a mantra. I will have inner poise. I will not let Peter McGowan get under my skin. I will not allow myself to be locked in a dark basement. I will not have a calm and relaxed. I will have a calm and relaxing New Year's. I couldn't have been more off the mark if I had tried. I couldn't have been more off the mark if I had tried. And that's it for chapter 1. Tomorrow we are going to be doing chapter 2. So after this, I'm about to go live. And it's around 12 something. So I'll be going live from 12 a.m. to... Sometimes I go to 4. I'm always live from 12 a.m. to 4 or 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning. I like it, I enjoy it, because that's the only time I get to talk to people, because I don't have friends and I don't have people to talk to. So when I go live, at least I get to talk to different people and I forget my problems and my struggles. Anyway, we have a lot of words to research on and find the meaning to them. There are a lot. So before I do I continue with the next chapter, we have to research on these words and know the meaning of these words so that I can be able to know where to use them. I really need to improve my vocabulary, and I'm going to work on I'm going to work on it. Sometimes I find it hard to talk. I don't know why. But anyway, that's it for our reading video. We are done with chapter 1. Tomorrow we are going to do chapter 2. Hey, I'm just here for consistency. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow as we continue in our reading journey also. Stay tuned.